Welcome to SAM Networking Labs. Today we are going to work through the Kasneb revision questions 1 through 20. These questions cover foundational concepts in Windows Server and network operating systems. This is essential preparation for your exam. We will go through each question one by one. I will give you the answer and then explain the concept so you understand why that answer is correct. Let us begin with question 1. A blank is a computer program or device that provides a service to another computer program and its user, also known as the client. The answer is server. A server is a computer or software application that provides services, resources, or data to client computers over a network. Examples include file servers, web servers, DNS servers, DHCP servers, and print servers. Remember that a server provides services. That is your memory tip. Question 2. Blank manages the virtual machines and provides access to host computer resources. The answer is hypervisor. A hypervisor, also known as a virtual machine monitor, manages virtual machines and allocates CPU, memory, storage, and networking resources. There are two types. Type 1 is bare metal and includes Hyper-V and VMware ES11. Type 2 is hosted and includes Oracle VirtualBox and VMware Workstation. Remember that a hypervisor is the manager of virtual machines. Question 3. What is the mode of operation where two or more processors simultaneously process different portions of the same program? The answer is parallel processing. Parallel processing uses multiple CPUs or CPU cores to execute different parts of the same program simultaneously, which increases processing speed. Do not confuse this with multitasking, multiprocessing, or multithreading. They are related but different concepts. Question 4. A collection of Active Directory objects such as users and computers are called a blank. The answer is domain. A domain is a logical collection of Active Directory objects including users, computers, groups, and printers. A domain provides centralized security, shared policies, and a common database. An organizational unit is a container inside a domain, not the domain itself. That is an important exam tip. Question 5. Blank comprises hardware and software, systems, and devices, enabling computing and communication. The answer is IT infrastructure. IT infrastructure consists of servers, computers, networks, storage, operating systems, applications, and cloud services. Everything required for IT operations belongs to the infrastructure. Question 6. Which nano server image parameter should be included to deploy a Hyper-V server? The answer is -compute. The -compute parameter installs the compute package required for nano server to function as a Hyper-V host. Question 7. Which virtualization advantage allows servers to be deployed within hours instead of days? The answer is rapid provisioning. Rapid provisioning means creating virtual servers quickly without purchasing physical hardware. Advantages include faster deployment, reduced downtime, lower costs, and greater flexibility. Question 8. Blank enables administrators to manage permissions and stores information as objects. The answer is Active Directory Domain Services, abbreviated as ADDS. Active Directory Domain Services authenticates users, authorizes access, stores objects, and centralizes administration. Objects include users, computers, groups, and organizational units. Question 9. Blank is a collection of policy settings used to configure users or computers. The answer is Group Policy Object, abbreviated as GPO. A group policy object applies centralized configurations such as password policies, desktop settings, software deployment, Windows updates, and security restrictions. Remember the processing order, which is LSD. Local, site, domain, organizational unit. Question 10. Which Windows Server role supports IPv6 deployment? The answer is DHCP server. The DHCP server role supports DHCP v6 and assigns IPv6 addresses automatically. Do not confuse DHCP with DNS. DHCP assigns addresses. DNS resolves names. Question 11. Which command displays a computer's IP address? The answer is IP protocol configuration. Useful commands include IP protocol configuration, IP protocol configuration /all, IP protocol configuration /renew, IP protocol configuration /release, and IP protocol configuration /flushes. Question 12. Which server authenticates users in a Windows domain? The answer is Domain Controller, abbreviated as DC. A domain controller authenticates logins, applies group policy, stores Active Directory, and replicates directory information. Remember that Active Directory domain services is the server role, and the domain controller is the server performing authentication. Question 13. Which server role must be installed for a server to become a domain controller? The answer is Active Directory Domain Services, abbreviated as ADDS. The steps are to install Windows Server, install Active Directory Domain Services, and then promote the server to a domain controller. Question 14. Windows blank changes the appearance of the desktop and applications. The answer is theme. A theme controls wallpaper, colors, sounds, mouse pointers, and the lock screen. Question 15. Which command creates a new user from command prompt? The answer is netuser username password /add. Examples include netuser sam password 123/add. You can also use netuser to list users, netuser sam to view a specific user, and netuser sam /delete to remove a user. Question 16. Which group allows a junior administrator to perform Windows Server backups? The answer is backup operators. Members of the backup operators group can backup files, restore files, and use Windows Server backup without having full administrator privileges. Question 17. Which Active Directory object represents replication between domain controllers? The answer is connection object. A connection object defines the source domain controller, the destination domain controller, the replication path, and the replication schedule. Think of it as the road between domain controllers. Question 18. Which Active Directory service creates and maintains the replication topology? The answer is Knowledge Consistency Checker, abbreviated as KCC. The Knowledge Consistency Checker creates connection objects, removes broken links, optimizes replication, and keeps domain controllers synchronized. Remember that KCC creates connection objects, and then replication happens. Question 19. Which Microsoft Communication Protocol provides shared access to files and printers? The answer is Server Message Block, abbreviated as SMB. Server Message Block provides file sharing, folder sharing, and printer sharing. An example is //server/finance. Common versions are SMB2 and SMB3. Do not confuse SMB with FTP, which is for file transfer, HTTP, which is for web pages, DNS, which is for name resolution, or DHCP, which is for IP addressing. Question 20. Which DOS command immediately restarts a server whose graphical interface has failed? The answer is shutdown/r/t0. Important switches include /r for restart, /s for shutdown, /t0 for immediately, /f to force applications to close, and /a to abort a shutdown. An example is shutdown/r/f/t0. These 20 questions cover the essential concepts you need for your Kasneb exam. Remember these key points. A server provides services. A hypervisor runs virtual machines. Parallel processing uses multiple processors on the same program. A domain is a collection of Active Directory objects. IT infrastructure includes hardware, software, and networks. The -compute parameter is for nano server. Hyper-V rapid provisioning allows fast virtual machine deployment. Active Directory Domain Services is the directory service. A group policy object is a collection of policy settings. DHCP server supports IPv6. IP protocol configuration displays IP configuration. A domain controller authenticates users. Active Directory domain services is required for a domain controller. A theme controls desktop appearance. Net user username password /add creates a user. Backup operators handle backup delegation. A connection object is a replication link. KCC builds the replication topology. SMB provides file and printer sharing. And shutdown /r/T0 performs an immediate restart. Thank you for joining me today at SAM Networking Labs. Good luck with your exam.